Hey guys, Chooryu here, back at it again with the content. I've been pretty ADD recently. I've been, flip-flopping on whether I want to go back to content or not, but I thought today I'd do something a little easier. I saw this a while back on Trace2Go's YouTube channel, and I thought it was pretty interesting, At first I didn't really think much of it. I was like, a moveset tier list, that's interesting, but then I really disagreed with his tier list. I don't know. Today we'll see how much we disagree with his tier list, but, tier lists doing what they do best, making people disagree. Oh, it was Nightmare, and not Trace2Go who made these images. Well, thank you, Nightmare. Okay, so, normally in Smash Ultimate, aerials are always near the top, smash attacks are near the bottom. I don't really care about these. There's like pivot grab and dash grab in here. I don't really care about that, but let's just start with what's, unanimously like the worst. It's just dash attack. No Marth is gonna argue with you on this. Marth will argue like, oh, it's usable. I think it's pretty decent. I use it a lot actually instead of F tilt, but it's just because I'm lazy. It's mostly because, like, near the edge, when I want a certain timing, I feel like dash attack is always the right timing for me, frame-wise. I have ultimate frame data pulled up here. I knew this was going to be useful. Yeah, frame 13 to 16, it's just me being lazy. Like, honestly, F-tilt, if I timed it correctly, would do just as well. So, for that reason, definitely bottom of the barrel. Next up, after that, for me, is definitely counter. Counter is just, like, just not good. So we're gonna label this we're gonna label it like this. Situations optimal. Neutral defining, that's really important. Mix up for neutral, that's also nice. And more niche. There we go. Counter, counters have always historically been bad in Smash, but I think Marth's counter is pretty good for what it is. A lot of times when I play other characters, they're just not floaty enough to use the counter correctly, because with Marth, especially since Marth has such a good recovery, you can just counter off stage no matter where you are. And there's a lot of characters that Marth's counter is actually really good against. Let me pull up something. There we go. Like, I don't know, Donkey Kong, I use it a lot. Link, I use it a lot, Like, just on this first row, Ness, incredible against, sometimes it doesn't work, but super good against Ness. Fox, that gives Fox, like, every time, and it's super consistent, too. So it's just like, it has its uses. It's not exactly, like, I don't know if I'd call it optimal, except for against, like, I don't know, like Ridley recovery, where it's just, exactly what Ridley's gonna do every time if he goes low. And the counter is so strong, it's just worth it to do it every time, especially since you end up having no risk going into it. Because if you miss your aerial when you're trying to edge guard Ridley up B, you just die on the stage spike, or you get to tech it, but you take like bunch of damage, and now Ridley's on stage and he gets to ledge trap you. So, counter is just a nice option for that. After that, I would say up smash. Oh god. Up smash is just like, it's fine, and there are situations where it can be optimal, like for example on higher platforms. If you X made a great video on this. Your boy X, Is that what is? Yeah, your boy X. He made a great video on it at some point where he just went into the specifics on up smash tippering on the side of people's hurt boxes because of tall platforms. Now, where is that video? Yeah, this one. Unova makes Marth's up smash broken. That's what the video is called. Basically, how it works is, you know, the hitboxes are circles, so, and people's hurt boxes aren't circles, they're like more fine-tuned. So if you up smash and you clip the side of someone's hurt box, it'll hit the tipper instead of hitting the sour spot. And that's really the problem with the move, is that it just sour spots way too often. And honestly, I've had it often that the move just like whiffs and the move sour spots. Like the first connecting hitbox is just so trash, and it really screws me over in a lot of situations where I would use it. The only time I ever end up using it is off of like a hard read to go for like the MKLeo, but that's a Smash 4 thing. It's not real in this game. 9 times out of 10 I'd rather just F smash on a hard read like that. So what's next? Probably down smash, honestly. Down smash is just not that good. There's not really many ways to confirm into it, and even if you do, it's just not gonna kill. It's frame 6, which is super fast, and the hitbox is massive for how fast that is. So, like, for example, if someone does a -3 move on your shield, and you parry it, this is a true punish that can get you a kill. So, for that reason, it's going down there. A lot of Marths swear by down tilt, down smash, and I just don't agree with down tilt, down smash being, like, good at all. It's never true, and it only is, like, kind of a thing on Wi-Fi, because teching on Wi-Fi is a myth, basically. But I still won't use it on Wi-Fi, because it just, you know, then I go to offline and even O2ers are teching it, and I'm just like, what's the point anymore? Okay, after that, we're gonna go a tier up, and we're gonna put, nah, we're gonna stay here. Jab is not good in this game. I kind of like it, because a lot of people don't punish moves that are this minus when they're sword moves. So like F tilt never gets punished, even though logistically it can get punished. It never gets punished by, like, honestly most people I play against, and it's hilarious because it's just telling how many people like just don't know frame data at all. But you know, jab 1 is just as safe as F tilt. You know, a little bit less range, but on the plus side, you know, you can mix up with jab 2. And one of my favorite parts about the move is that if you jab 1 tipper, shield breaker will instantly shield break after that. So that's pretty nice, even though it's just like a gimmick basically. But I find people rolling out of my jab 1 to jab 2 a lot, like better players, and I've gotten a couple times jab 1 into like shield breaker behind me to break shields, but you know, it's not that great. I still don't know why. Oh god. They removed the hitbox here. Like, as you can see in Smash 4, the hitbox went so much higher, and I really wish this move was a true anti-air like it was in Smash 4. I get that they had to nerf it, because Smash 4 Marth jab was ridiculous. If you don't know, it just comboed into literally everything. You could combo into another jab on heavies, and you could do that like basically infinitely. It wasn't actually infinite. They could air dodge it, but in Smash 4 you couldn't directionally air dodge, so you just fell onto the ground and then Marth just jabs you again. And you could combo into his tilt, you could combo into his smash attacks, you could combo into his aerials, tippered. Think of it just like the Nair 1 hitbox, except attached to this move, which was super fast and also an anti-air. But that's my old man ranting for the day. I'm so sad that this move got gutted, but you know, it had to happen. It's just a shame because honestly, other than that, Marth has such a good kit. Everything that Marth has is just fucking incredible. But F Smash, what can you say about F Smash? It's just like a solid move. It's really not that good, but it's frame 10, and that is the fastest F Smash in the game, tied with Samus's, and it might be someone else too, but you know, 10, 11, 12, what can you say about that hasn't already been said? It's just really good for kill confirms, and my only beef with it is in Nair 1 combos and up smash and up air into F smash combos. A lot of time you have to be like super like on it with stutter steps and such to get the tippers. Like a lot of the time, especially with like Sour Spot Nair, because it has so little hit stun, I feel like it's impossible for me to react in time, and then also F smash tipper like reliably every time. But maybe that's just me. F smash kills way too early, but super minus on shield, and I just can't see it going any higher than this, even though it has a lot of uses with up air and nair. After that, definitely up tilt. Honestly, no, up tilt goes below this. See, this is rough for me because F Smash is so good at that one thing it does, but up tilt is also super good at the one thing it does. And I'm gonna end up putting it lower because as for things that we can use to put our opponents in the air, we have other options. We have up air, landed, and we have up throw, down throw, stuff like that. So we don't need up tilt. Like hell, we even have Dancing Blade up 4, which I think is super underutilized right now. But up tilt doesn't really kill. Like even if your opponent's on a platform, you tipper, or you know, even if you hit the backswing of the up tilt, tipper, try to confirm off of it, it basically never kills the opponent, and it's super underwhelming in that way. It's massive, and that's super nice. It would be so much better for us if we didn't already have F tilt to cover this area, because F tilt just already covers the area that we would have needed it for. So like for tech chase situations and like shorter characters, like we don't need another like low hitting hitbox. We already have F tilt, which is already stronger, and it already auto tippers, like, but we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, so we'll just leave it there. I don't hate this move. It's really good. I'll decide at the end of the video which one goes higher, but I'm definitely leaning towards this one higher right now, just because it's so much more applicable in neutral, and like F Smash is a lot. If F Smash was a lot more reliable, I'd definitely put it higher. After that, we're gonna go with down air. Okay, so down air is just like super overrated by the majority of Marth mains in Smash Ultimate. Like, you get down air F Smash, that's fine, but the problem with down air F Smash is it's never safe. If we just swing down to down air, it's -9 on shield the whole way, and if you, the only spike hitbox is that one, which is only one frame of animation is a spike. And the problem is, if you're inside your opponent to get the spike hitbox, if your opponent's not a small character, a lot of the time they're gonna get hit by this hitbox, especially on shield. So that's taking away from the -9 you already like don't have consistently. So now it's like even more minus on shield. Your opponent's up smashing you out of shield, you just died, your light character. But I mean, when you do hit it, it's nice. The down air F smash is super consistent. A lot more consistent than Nair 1 F smash, which I have problems with personally. Because it has just so much more hits done. It has the whole spike animation with the grounded spike. And really my only problem other than that is that it's just so minus. Like, on the sides it's fine because this tipper -9 is good. And that's kind of nice for landing, especially against things that are going along the ground, like projectiles that you can hit, or like Cloud down tilt or something. Maybe not Cloud down tilt, because Cloud down tilt's broken and his knee is vulnerable, but oh god, wrong one. But as you can see, the animation, he starts like basically upright. Well, he does start upright, and then he goes into this, and this. So he really bunches up his hurt box here, which makes it a lot harder for opponents to juggle you if their hitboxes are super slim. Like, a lot of times you can find yourself just getting away with stuff you shouldn't be getting away with, basically. And also, because of the hurtbox slimming, you can get the downer out later than you should be able to get an aerial hitbox out. Because since your hurtbox isn't hitting the ground as fast as it would be, because you're making the hurtbox go up, you get more time in the air, which can really mess with people's ideas of when you can swing, which is super important in this game. Not really for down air, because down air is not that great of a move, but like for a lot of like better neutral tools, the idea of when you can swing and extending that is super, super nice. But after that, we're gonna go for this is where it gets hard. Down tilt. Down tilt is an incredible mix-up for neutral. It's actually, I feel like, super underrated right now. -6 on shield on the tipper. Frame 7, you know, not bad. Goes super far, you know? And it sets up into check chase. It's just really nice to have a grounded tool, because a lot of characters, their only grounded tools are either tilts that have to be max spaced, or like grabs, basically. So having a grounded tool makes mixing up a lot easier. You know, tomahawk down tilt becomes a possibility. Stuff like that. It's just, you know, solid move. If we had Roy's down tilt, that would be insane, because Roy's down tilt is just Roy's down tilt's -3 on shield, which is one of the safest random moves in the game. And I'm a little sad that they didn't give Marth that, because that's definitely not how it should work, but, you know, that's fine. F-tilt. F-tilt isn't exactly neutral, and it's also one of Marth's best moves. So it's kind of hard to put it down here, but, like, I can't see it any higher than anything on this list except Shield Breaker and Dancing Blade. And no, I'm gonna keep Shield Breaker above it. Shield Breaker is just so scary. F-tilt's super, super good. Like, catches jumps. It's fast. Again, if someone's on the ground when you use this, so like you put someone into a check chase and then you pivot cancel the F-tilt and tipper them, you get if you pivot cancel the F-tilt, this hitbox will auto tipper basically. It's literally impossible for them not to get tippered by this hitbox, as long as they're not in the bounce up animation after the tech miss, and as long as they're not giant, you know, a big body. But you know, large hitbox kills super early, super consistently. I think this is one of the surprise moves. I think the reason why a lot of Marth mains think it's so good is just because People aren't adapted to it yet. People aren't ready for this frame 8, and people aren't ready for how, like, unsafe it is. Because it's not, like, it's not unsafe, it's, like, fine. But, like, again, a lot of characters can just forward air this out of shield, and how many people do that yet? Like, even at top play, sometimes I see people miss this punish, and, you know. But, oh god. That's why F tilt would be down here. Not because of how it currently is, but because of how I think it'll be eventually. Now, Shield Breaker. Shield Breaker is just a fear factor, basically. If your opponent doesn't respect your Shield Breaker, their shield gets broken. And with Marth especially, like, I think Lucina's Shield Breaker is, I think Lucina's Shield Breaker is worse, but I think her moves set up into her Shield Breaker better. And obviously we get more off of Shield Break because we just get Tipper F Smash or Tipper Neutral B again. But just the fear factor. Honestly, the worst part about it is just that it's frame 19 at best, and it's super unsafe. But the headshot hitbox that was added in this game, where you get 1.2 times damage if you hit their head, and just the general like it's, in any other game this would be reactable, but in this game it's pretty unreactable, because like of how much innate input delay we have in this game. So 19 is workable, even though it's not good, but oftentimes you just catch people in animations. Like, honestly, even if I don't hit people's shields, I'm never mad about this move, because I always just aim it up, and if it hits their shield, great, I kill them at 50. If it hits their toes when they're jumping, then great. So a lot of time people have to full hop over it. Also has some nasty mix-ups off ledge, and like good ledge trapping on ledge. You know, you'll catch people in the middle of neutral get up, they'll panic, they'll spot dodge, they die. They'll panic, they roll, they die. They'll panic, they shield, they die. You know, it's super, super scary. And that's what the great part about this move. Honestly, if honestly, like, having the move isn't the best part about it. It's just how scared your opponent will be of you, like, as soon as you hit any move on the tipper, especially. After that is forward air. No. Back air. So back air is really good. It's -5 on shield. It's massive. Out of shield, if you do a short hop buffered back air, you'll cover your opponent short hopping after doing their turn on your shield, or you'll catch them full hopping, which is incredible. Because a lot of times, characters have to like guess when their opponent's full hopping and when they're short hopping, so that they can do different options. And that's one of the privileges that Marcina has over any character in the game, really. Because even Chrom and Roy can't do this well, because their forward airs have more of a blind spot near the top, and their back air doesn't go as high logistically because their jump doesn't go as high, and they also have higher gravity values, so they fall faster even while they're doing the animation of their back air. So this is like one of the only things that is really, really amazing about us being floaty. It's just that, and basically the other thing is back air edge guards. Being floaty for back air edge guards is so nice, because we have so much time to just stay there, and our opponents will see us and they'll think, oh, I can stall, which against any other character they'd be right. Sometimes, you know, if the opponent's recovery is good enough, they can stall. But against Marcina, our moves are so big, they're so fast, and are like we're so floaty that we can just habitate the spot that they want to get to. But yeah, because it's so fast, like all of our aerials are just so fucking fast. It's so hard for anyone. But speaking of, it's forward air. Actually, no, probably grab. Another good thing about back air is just really safe on shield. Really nice. So at high percents, a lot of times I find myself spacing with it at high percents because you know, I'm not really scared of what the opponent's gonna do. It goes far, it's safe, you know, it kills. A lot of times, you know, Marth really isn't in this game, but because the what do you call? Our confirms aren't really as consistent as Melee or any other game. But what does happen is our kills largely revolve around a couple moves, and it's really nice to break the flow of it with back air. Yeah, not a lot of characters can kill that early off with back air. It's one of the moves I'm salty about though with Lucina though, because she's just like, she just gets the better end of the stick on that one. Our back air doesn't even kill that much earlier than hers when we tip her, and it just never kills when we don't tip her basically, unless we're off stage. Grab, you know, standard grab. It's pretty good. The range isn't bad, and it's fast. Frame 6, that's the fastest it can possibly be. And our throws are pretty good. Down throw, combos into up air, you know, not as long as we would like, but off of the down throw into up air, you get some pretty good frame traps on people, especially with like down throw IDJ, up air, just to set them up into a situation where you can up air again without having to use your double jump into an up air, put yourself in harm's way. Our pummel's really good, which a lot of people don't think about. F throw, is decent. I don't really like it that much, but you know, stage control. Back throw, really good, nice angle. And up throw is a kill throw, even though it's like super late, you know. It happens. Sometimes your opponents are super shield happy and they're really good about dealing with shield breaker. Oops, I tomahawk grabbed you, you die now. Which is super nice, even if it's not like logistically that great. Grabs are just super important, especially you know, a lot of people would consider like a floaty character like us like hard for us to tomahawk grab, but it's actually surprisingly easy to tomahawk grab because we just have such scary options that are so fast. Because so I can just threaten people with Nair 1 if they try to catch me tomahawk grabbing, or I can just fade back a little bit, down tilt. I can fade back a little bit forward air, because forward air, which is the next on our list, is no, I was gonna go behind here. Forward air is frame 6, which is super fast. There we go. Right there. Six, 7, 8. You know, 7 is usually where I hit it. 8 sometimes. You know, 6 never. But forward air is really good for setting up into off-stage situations. It's just fast, safe move. Honestly, if it weren't so fast, I would opt for using back air over it. The problem is that back air starts from below and ends up high, whereas forward air starts high and ends up low, which in this game ends up mattering a lot more for anti-airs, because back air will end up so much more minus than forward air will if you use it on a anti-air read, which is super important. At least I've been starting to think so. After watching a lot of Mars content and implementing it into my own gameplay. The way Mars thinks about anti-air is super infectious. I'd recommend watching his tier lists, where he goes in depth with it, especially with ZSS. But that is really important, and the one frame does matter. And the only reason I could see myself thinking of back air as better for that situation is back air tipper, just putting people off stage, even if it's not going to kill, because our off stage presence is insane, and so is our ledge trapping presence. But like, there's just a lot of times where, even though forward air is such a good move, and any character would love to have forward air, I don't really use it because there's so much better moves in each situation that I can find myself using. Someone's above me, I'm not going to use forward air, I'm going to use up air. Someone's in front of me, I'm going to use back air, raw back air, I'm going to nair, I'm going to side D, stuff like that. Like, it's just not really worthwhile. Oh, something I forgot to mention about Shield Breaker is it having so much range is also super nice. It's just like, a lot of times people will dash dance, you know, and dash dancing just isn't good in this game. Or they'll like try to jump and like fade out of your range to try and bait something and dash attack. Wolves do that a lot. They jump around and then they just, they land and try to dash attack. I think Wizrobe did that a lot, which is why people picked it up. But, because of that, a lot of times I'll just shield breaker people and they won't expect it because it just goes so much further than any of our other moves. Past that, up air. Ah, God, can't get it past. Also, I don't think I really need to say this as neutral defining, but back air is neutral defining because it's a neutral tool that's incredibly good, and also such a good advantage tool and stuff like that. But neutral defining, if you only had back air and select other tools, like Marth would still be fine. Forward air, same thing there. Grab, you need a grab. If your character doesn't have a grab, your character's bad. Like, but I mean, even if your grab is bad, as long as you have a grab, that's good enough 90% of the time. Or something that substitutes for a grab, because there are certain things like that, like cross slash, like multi-hits that you can use on demand, double-edged dance, cross slash, that threaten the opponent will also sometimes take the place of grabs because of the versatility and also like general just reward off of hitting them. Up air though, up air is incredibly good, very fast, super good at juggling, and super safe on shield. -3 on shield on the tipper, starts all the way down there, super nice if you want to hit low on shield. And then, you know, nice arc. Wish it had a couple more frames, but you know, it is what it is. The sour spot leads into S smash, kills at like 50%. That one is so much more consistent than an Air 1 combo in my opinion. And it's like the only one that I can see actually being like super relevant in the future, because as much as I love their one to F smash, like it's just super difficult to consistently hit the tipper based on spacing and based on the different percents and weights and stuff like that, with how little hit stun you get and how little hit stop you get. Because like with Roy, when you hit the Nair 1, the screen freezes for like a whole goddamn decade, basically. And it's also not as safe on shield. -5, -4. Up air is -4, -3. Anyways, so a lot of the time this is super safe, and it's a super consistent combo into S smash or anything really. The only problem with it really is just, you know, that little lack of range on the back, and that it's not just a little bit safer, honestly. Okay, Dante Blade. Now, Dancing Blade is super good. It's like double-edged dance and cross slash in the fact that it can replace your grab in some instances, and it can just kill at 60%. And honestly, I'm not even good enough with it yet. Like, I'm pretty much considered the best Marth in Georgia. Like, obviously there's not much competition because Marth is, you know, very underdeveloped character that no one plays, but, you know, I am one of the most knowledgeable Marths I know, at least. I've put in so many hours to Marth, and I still don't have this move down consistently. It's just so fucking difficult. Super, super difficult. But, if you do get it down, it just straight up kills at 60, 70. You have up 4, which is super good for juggling. You have down 4, which just gives you more damage. And, also, like, not actually safe on shield, but, you know, your opponent has to guess, which is always nice. It's like and it has 4 parts where your opponent has to guess. And if they try to, like, parry or something, you can down 4, and it's a multi-hit. So it also beats through that. So just a lot of, like, variety with this move, and still solid kill power. Lots of stuff you can do with it. Next would be Dolphin Slash. This one is probably going to be really surprising to a lot of people. Here, let me see what Trey put it on his... Oh, he put it 3rd. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. This one's probably going to be pretty surprising to a lot of people, but I think Dolphin Slash is definitely Marth's 2nd best move. It's super, super fast. It's frame 5, and it's invulnerable on... Here, wait. It's frame 5, invulnerable on frame 4 to 5, and in the air, this is super important. In the air, it's invulnerable on frame 1. So, you know, this hitbox is pathetic, but when you do hit it, it's definitely Marth's most consistent killing tool. By far. No need to worry about tippers or anything. Just hit it. And it's massive. It's frame 5, out of shield, which is incredible. And it kills at 120, which is everything Marth could ever want. Because the only things that kill consistently before then are, like, tippers. Nothing on this entire list, nothing kills before that unless it tippers. That includes smash attacks, except for up smash. It's just like, it's a combo breaker. It's one of the best out of shield. It's, I think, the 2nd best up B in the game for recovering, other than like Pikachu, stuff like that. Because it's just frame 1 invincible in the air, massive hitbox, stage spikes. Like, what else could you want in a recovery move? Like, honestly, I would rather have Marth's, in terms of completely offstage up B, instead of Pikachu's in circumstances where I'm going low. Because Pikachu's, like, even though it's better because you have so much mix-up potential in time, it still has such a big frame commitment that if your opponent guesses correctly, they can beat it really consistently. But, you know, guessing correctly is basically impossible. And the great part about Pikachu is you can use it, like, to get on stage and avoid a bunch of different circumstances. But in that one specific instance, like, Marth's comes so close to the privilege that Pikachu has, which is insanity. And honestly, it's like it being one of Marth's best moves and Lucina's best moves, I think is the only thing that keeps these two characters similar in my mind. Because that move is just so over-centralizing that it just, no matter what character I pick, Lucina or Marth, I'm going to be abusing this move. Like, certain characters get so destroyed by this move because they literally cannot put up a move that is minus 4 or less. Everything they have is -5 or greater, and that means that they have to max space and be super, super careful, in which case, you know, I get to have full reign. And if they don't max space and be super careful, they die at 120 to trying to play neutral. Just super broken move. And best move, Nair. Like, Nair is so good. It's super fast. The first one comes out frame 6. Let's see. Yeah, frame 6. The tipper is super strong. It's the tipper is really strong. It's like one of the strongest nairs in the game, and the tipper is massive. I use it a lot for edge guarding, because it just kills so consistently and so early, that if your opponent doesn't fall out, which, you know, it's liable to do sometimes, it just kills so early, and it feels so satisfying. It's one of the most satisfying moves in Marth's kit, in my opinion, to hit, like, the rising nair. But, especially with the IDJ stuff that just got, reintroduced, IDJ nair with Marth really consistently killing. It's super safe. It's Marth's safest move by a large margin. It's -3, and it's the one where his sword goes out the furthest. Meaning that even on parry, like, a lot of the cast can't punish Marth for getting his nair parried. If you tipper it, like, it's gonna be like Shoto down smash, if that even reaches. I feel like if you max space it and you're drifting backwards, I feel like Shoto down smash doesn't even reach. I'm like 99% sure it doesn't. But, you know, like, they would have to put up a frame 6 move that is bigger than Marth's. Marth's tipper nair distance. Which the only thing I can think of is an instant dash attack with Snake is like the only punish that anyone has ever consistently gotten on parrying my nair. So just super good move. And then if you hit the nair one, you know I've been shitting on the nair one sour spot this entire video because I'm not consistent with it, but like, you know, if people do get super consistent with it, that's busted. And even if they don't, you can confirm it to anything you want. Like, you don't even need to confirm it to F smash, even though like that's obviously optimal at the percent where it works. So that's definitely my tier list. The playstyle I play with Tomahawk fakes also really favors moves like nair and up air, because you can hit them for your opponent expecting you to Tomahawk. Also Dancing Blade, because you can hit them for your opponent expecting you to Tomahawk and just kill off of them, basically. And that's really where I think Marth's strengths shine over Lucina's, which is a weird concept, because at certain percents, Marth is better up close than Lucina is. And it's not even about his sour spots, it's about the ways he confirms into his sweet spots. But, that's just my opinion. A lot of the time anyways, Lucina kills more consistently on the edge guard and ledge trap, and that ends up being the more important factor. I still think Lucina is a much better character. But, that'll be all. Thank you to Nightmare and Trace to Go. His Twitter was linked somewhere in the video. It was Trace to Go OFC, and also check out your boy X. And, you know, I'm getting back into this content creating stuff. So, if there's anything else you guys would like, then let me know in the comments. You know, feel free to argue in the comments. I'm always down for a discussion. And I wish you guys could see me in Smash 4. Oh my god. I was in, Ouija the God's Discord. He was like a meme Smash creator at the time. And I would argue about the meta all day with people online. And I was such a Wi-Fi warrior. But, you know, I've always had the mind of an analyst. You know, I've done some analysis for other games and stuff, and I'm going to be getting back into coaching people, so be on the lookout for that. Probably also going to do a Marth guide at some point in the future. Any other content, just let me know what you guys want, and thank you so much for watching.
So, you know, shout outs to Choo. He's doing great.